Hi, everybody. Just a quick chat regarding Convenience Store Woman and some of the themes that the author brings up. Now, granted, it was written for a Japanese audience, but many of the themes that run through it are significant to really any society and any audience, namely the concept of unskilled labor and devalued people by way of the profession that they choose to work in. I have long time argued that there's no such thing as unskilled labor. Every job requires skill. Now, some require more skill than others. For example, a doctor versus a convenience store worker. Obviously, you need years of schooling, practice, and time to hone your craft as a doctor. And I would never say that one is equal to the other. However, to say that unskilled labor, things that we traditionally, or we as in society has traditionally said is unskilled, just isn't true. I always use the example of farm workers. I don't know very many people that would go out and be a farm worker. When you talk about the skill to be able to handle day in, day out heat, physical exhaustion, bending over constantly. I mean, I know I do a lot of yard work. I live on 12 acres, so I'm always doing something, but at any time I can stop. I can go get a drink of water, or I can go lay down. I can do any number of things. So to say someone like a farm worker is unskilled, I think is an insult. And so when you're thinking about the industry that you want to work with, and again, you can choose a historically devalued industry, or you can do a SWOT analysis of your current industry, your current job, or a previous job. I've had students do both. I've had students work with jobs that they've had in the past and things that they wish they did differently, strengths, weaknesses, threats, opportunities. And then I've had students look at devalued workers. So really the choice is up to you, but think about an industry, and usually it's better when you work with something that you have some familiarity with. That doesn't necessarily mean you yourself had to be in the industry. For example, you may look at a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a brother, a sister, and they may talk to you on a regular basis about how they feel devalued in their workplace, and look at ways in which society needs to change their view of that work. I think this is particularly interesting with COVID and all the things that have happened as a result of COVID and the concept of an essential worker, which kind of makes me laugh because prior to COVID-19, with the exception of medical industry, prior to COVID-19, nobody would call a fast food worker an essential worker. But now we see a lot of people calling all kinds of industries that were historically devalued as important. I think that's a wonderful change. I think that's a change that needs to happen. And I'm hoping that in writing your papers, you may change some minds regarding how people view what value each person has in a functional, successful society. So as usual, if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed Convenience Store Woman. I've had a lot of students that listen to the audiobook and they say the audiobook is actually quite hilarious. When you read it, for those of you who read it, I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. I really want to, because I get a little bit of the humor, but not a whole lot of the humor. So I'd like to listen to it because I guess the audio version is quite funny. For those of you who didn't like it, I'm sorry. For those of you who didn't read it, read your book. Anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. And I hope you enjoy this writing assignment. It's not meant to torture you. It's meant to be interesting to you. Okay? Take care. Bye, guys.